Hey everybody, happy to see everybody joining. It's the last one for Friday night. Last but not least, it's a very, very important topic, very fascinating topic, and saving the best for last. But I am Naima. I'll introduce myself. This is my sign name. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a pre-licensed therapist. I'm the CEO and founder of Deaf Mental Health Hub. My visual description is my hair is in a bun. I have a cream colored wall with a pink chair, purple table. I'm wearing a gray sweater with black glasses, and I am light skinned. That's enough about me. Kick it over to you, Gia. Hi, everybody. My name is Gia. My visual description is I have brown hair past my shoulders. I'm wearing a purple red lipstick. I have red glasses. I have a gray background. I'm wearing a black shirt. Yes. Thank you for joining. Really happy to have you here tonight. And Gia is saying, yes, I'm very excited. So for this live series, we're just having community members contribute their various knowledge, backgrounds, perspectives, tips, uh, especially with everything that's been happening, Epstein files, news, ICE, um, administration. So it's a perfect reminder for us to pause, to lend an open eye and open ear, and maybe have moments of agreement or disagreement, and that's okay. We can agree to disagree. This is a place of respect, and this is a place where you can pick and choose what you want to bring back and uh, add to your toolkit, if I may say. So this is the theme for this month. Going forward, we will have new change. But as of now, I'm going to kick it over to Gia. Hey Naima, it's been a while. It's really exciting. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and share some tips and tricks on how to um, take care of yourself, have some self care, especially as a brand owner. I myself, I am a brand mentor. I support people who feel like they don't necessarily fit in with a regular 9 to 5 schedule, or they feel like they are in systems that feel oppressive, um, wanting to make changes on their income, maybe becoming uh, self-employed. Maybe if you're a single parent, single mom, and you just want to make extra passive income, or you're a stay-at-home mom and you're looking to make some extra income. Maybe it's talking about motherhood, your journey, things that you can share, the knowledge that you've discovered, and things that you possibly want to give back to the community. I've worked with people who want to rebrand themselves and or turn themselves into a brand. So it's all about alignment, um, centering themselves on values, and it requires a lot of empathy. In my mentorship program, I ensure individuals are true to themselves. I try to make sure that people are servicing themselves as well as their greater community, and to find that rhythm where you don't feel like you're working against yourself or fall into that hustle mindset. And those are mindsets that come to colonialism from the systems that we work in, working 9 to 5. There's just so much that may fall on one person's plate. So sometimes it isn't as sustainable as we want it to be. So I try to work within people's capacities, with their skill sets, with their current knowledge, their life experiences, and we translate that into income, giving back to the community. And that's one of my passions, to support individuals within their best capabilities to give back to themselves, give back to the community, to just be seen instead of performing. Because 9 to 5 environments are performative, performing to meet people's needs, to ensure that you are following command, um, finishing tasks, just to survive and pay bills and go check the check. So having that performative mindset can feel like you're putting yourself down, or you may not be living true to your life circle or your circadian rhythm. So really trying to empower the people that I work with to take care and cherish their unique abilities, um, how they work, and truly discover what works best for them. Because they may some people may work different than others. I try to empower people to stay aligned with their values because sometimes when you're working in a corporate environment, in a 9 to 5 environment, you have to do things that may be against your value just for company's sake. So you may find yourself saying, hey, this is not me, this is not myself, I'm not being true to myself. And there may feel like you're forcing yourself to do things that is against your own will or against your own values. And sometimes that definitely leaves a feeling of not feeling good, essentially. So trying to stay aligned, where you feel aligned, you feel positive, you're giving back to yourself and also giving back to others and in your greater community. So for you, you may view yourself as a business owner, you may view yourself as a personality. So people wear various hats when they make content. They may post to social media, they may go on live and go on live streams. They may be creatives where they create ideas that create revenue. People may design things like such as websites, blogs. I mean, the list goes on. And there's so many things that you can speak on, taking care of your parents, general home care, being a parent, taking care of your children. There's various ways to show yourself or represent yourself. So when it comes to branding, you want to make sure that it's centered to you. You set boundaries where you don't let the outside influence try to um, make you adapt to what is trending or what is seen as approved in the in society. So staying, finding ways to make sure that you set boundaries like time limits or content duration, where it's maybe you just film your content in batches or you schedule posts in advance 1 to 2 months out. So it's not a manual task that you need to do day to day to day and it takes away time because that's not sustainable. So we aim to make sure through our mentorship that you find yourself, you stay aligned, especially as a personal brand, because you are responsible and to ensure that your brand, i.e., you, can create revenue. So when you create that revenue, finding ways to give back to the community, because there may be days where you don't want to show up, you're tired, there's a lot of things that you have to do, maybe laundry, chores, outside of work obligations. And then there's social emotional obligations. You may be physically drained. So if you find yourself dealing with those energies, maybe when you create content, people can feel that and they may distance themselves from your content. Or you may not absolutely give people what they truly need, or you may not be offering within your full capacity to provide support. So it's various ways that can quote unquote impact or hurt your brand, but also impact you and potentially hurt you. So we want to make sure that we set up a foundation to keep revenue streams going so you can further contribute to your community and make that greater impact. So we're here to provide a platform to make sure that we take care of self first. After establishing that platform, finding ways to connect with your community to keep the contributions cycling. Naeem is saying sometimes you think that you have to constantly give, but sometimes you need to take care of self before you can take care of others. And you may find yourself as someone who may be a people pleaser, wanting to make people feel happy or feel that sense of approval, but you need to set healthy boundaries or guidelines. Let's say, having a cellular detox per se, where you give yourself 10 to 30 minutes a day and you don't, you put your phone down and you step away, or you align your tasks and you establish your tasks from low priority to high priority. So it gives you that sense of ease when you know that you are doing the work. And you always have to ensure that your cup is full so that you can pour into others. She is saying, yes, you learn that from a lot of trials and tribulations. You realize what works for you, what doesn't. And it's constant adjustment. For example, for this month, the month of February, I was drained. So I haven't really necessarily pushed myself to create content or stay aligned with my content timeline. So I noticed there were certain things that were impacting me. I had to go back to the drawing table, figured out what worked, especially for this month and maybe this week or the next couple of days. So maybe finding a weekend, maybe realizing Mondays you may not have as much free time, so you just do whatever you want to do. Constantly making adjustments to my routine myself. so that I can comfortably go back and return to social media. So it's important to keep your values prioritized. You prioritize yourself. You understand that revenue is desired to earn, and you have to ensure that you have a solid foundation for your followers. So if you want to earn revenue through this approach, absolutely, it's not a problem. Just ensure that you have proper resources, you have proper boundaries, so that you can consistently give back. Let's say what, 15 minutes of your time, such as you're doing now, Naima. 15 minutes is enough. It's very sufficient. Or maybe even just a 1 hour meditation, maybe join a walk, host a walk, things like that. If you have resources, if you find ways to create resources, by all means, go for it. But if you find yourself scrambling for time and for yourself and for content creation, say no. Find another time. Tell yourself no, thank you. Definitely have to fill your cup first, because we already day to day wear so many hats outside of what we do as far as business endeavors. So you want to continue ensuring that you uplift your community, you uplift your family, you find ways to earn consistent revenue through your acts of service, and with your ability to create and be a creative individual with your creative ideas. So don't be afraid of social media. Don't be afraid of the algorithm. Don't feel like you have to constantly post or else you'll fall behind. That is not the case. I always tell myself, choose quality over quantity. Ensure that you provide the most valuable content so that people can truly extract that quality information or quality message, or just what the point of the content. Because if it wasn't for that, then what you're doing is truly performative. So, if you're representing yourself, this is your life, it's your passions, you want to give back to your community, you want to empower yourself and others. So ensure that you create the highest content that you can. Naeem is saying, I want to share with the audience. I did see for one-on-one coaching, there was a lot of brand coaching. I had personal brand coaching that helped me, especially with Deaf Mental Health Hub, as far as how to establish it, because I had a lot of fears. I did have a lot of fears. I was trying to unpack, I was trying to analyze, self analyze. I was trying to be authentic and have an authentic platform on social media. And I realized that it comes with having a lot of tools, learning how to implement said tools, and understanding yourself to understand how to use them better. That human design, that user design, um, and your wisdom. What you shared, Gia, was very valuable. I continue to compare myself with other channels, but I don't allow that to kind of like make me lose confidence. It just, in turn, you flip it. It makes you more motivated. It makes you more ambitious. It makes you want to be more incentivized to do these things. And I want to continue to stay aligned. So I try to find things that are aligned with myself, and I find ways to align myself with the community. So it is important, yes, and it feels good. Gia saying, um, I recognize, well, I was very excited that you are starting your foundation. I used human design and STAR, the interpreter missed the first sign, to really help understand myself, to understand how the work makes a difference and how to show up every day on social media, where you don't have to be seen all the time or visible all the time. You can be visible or seen in your own way. What content do you truly want to create? How does it represent you and what you want to do when it comes to giving back to the community? It doesn't have to be um, like it can vary. The roles can vary. You don't have to be one person, but what you choose to highlight can really make a difference, and you can truly see that impact when it comes to um, finding ways to be authentic and empower people. So if you find yourself in the beginning kind of like being unsure, celebrate that, highlight that, because people will see that and say, "Oh wow, this person feels exactly how I was thinking." So it allows people to feel seen. People can relate to that, because being an individual, being a personal brand, embrace your uniqueness, embrace your sensitivities, embrace your creativity. Every little aspect about you. There's no reason to feel ashamed. You can reverse it and use that as a way to connect you with other people, to find like ways. Don't gaslight yourself because we already have so much gaslighting from the system. So enough is enough. um, be yourself, shine, and don't be afraid to be you. That's things that we preach, and just very excited to see you, Naima. Being you in your own way and having people able to see you and interact with you on your platform. Yeah, that was just the fire that I needed. You lit my flame. I'm able to continue going. My flame was a little dim, but sometimes it's that extra push, that little positive nudge that you need. And I've truly been enjoying this whole process. Yeah, personal brand, especially values. Finding values that truly align with you is essential. And often the case is we try to align with what others are already doing because it's quote unquote working or popular or trending. But you know, go internalize your feelings and try to find what truly matters to you. That's what I learned in that process. Don't worry about what's out there in the world. Find what matters to you. Start with yourself and fill your own cup instead of trying to fill others prior before yourself. So find what satisfies you first. And GSN, yeah, if you fill all these other people's cups, you may forget about how you want to create content, and then that may lead to a delay in your revenue and what you expected to make off of income, and just because you're following all these other people's actions and while they're being true to themselves. So don't worry about other people's opinions. Figure out, of course, you want to be conscious of how you show up, but remember, when you show up, you want to feel good. You want to feel relaxed. You don't want to feel burdened. You want to feel like, yes, I want to be here, instead of, oh man, I have to show up. I have to be this person. I have to X, Y, and Z. So people need to see you. They need to see your philosophy. They need to see your values, your wisdom, your knowledge. The community needs you, and just you do that by showing up as you and showing up as your best self. I am saying thank you so much. You see comments, they're saying awesome. People are saying yes, I'm in agreement. Other people are saying, yeah, mental health design, all those aspects, all those things that were mentioned. We got values, with some snaps, but yes, I love what you mentioned, especially because a lot of people nowadays want to become content creators. They want to make impacts on social media. So using your expertise, using your knowledge and resources is very vital. And thank you for sharing these ideas of, if you don't have any values to begin with, we can figure out how to create those pillars of values and then learning how to translate that into social media. So you're saying also this year, um, Saturn went into Aries, which means we'll see more personal brands taking over platforms, talking about self, talking about starting, being bold, being brave, being courageous. It's more so marking the path. How do you make your funds? How do you make a living? What do you do for yourself? Not only the work for yourself, but leading to how you can change ways of making money because you have a different mindset, you have a different attitude, you have that can do attitude. So if you're a business owner, if you're a brand owner, please reach out. I am always available for mentorships and one-to-ones. So just really excited, really enjoyed myself. Thank you so much, Naima, for chatting with me and bringing me onto your platform. And Naima is saying, yeah, if you ever have any considerations of starting something, maybe a personal brand, starting a social media page, please reach out to Gia, and she can definitely reach out and help you through that journey and guide you through that journey. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining tonight. Yes, thank you so much. Gia saying good night.